We have a large footprint at MacroFab and in Mexico, and we actually do 50% of our manufacturing in the US and Canada, and 50% of it is in Mexico. We very much see dramatic growth on the ground in Mexico. And I think what we're seeing there, the headlines might talk about Apple moving their production out of China somewhere else. That's not going to go to Mexico. It's not going to go to Vietnam. There'll be some production done in Vietnam for Apple, but it's really going to go to India as a primary manufacturer. We're talking about countries that need 1 billion people plus, and I think India is at 1.6, maybe 1.8 billion. Mexico is not big enough to absorb all of manufacturing coming out of China, even if they wanted to. But Mexico is incredibly busy. It's getting harder to hire people. It's getting harder to find manufacturing capacity. So what is going to Mexico? It's a lot of things that have either intellectual property risk or lower volumes, right? So when you deal with consumer electronics, if it ends up at Walmart, if it's products that are being sold through large companies like Amazon, Apple, these are all consumer electronics products. They have low margins and they need a lot of hands to build them. They're going to go to India. Low volume products, especially products around automotive, medical, industrial parts, these are all products that are moving to Mexico instead. And just because we're not hearing about them in the news doesn't mean that Mexico isn't growing dramatically. In fact, it very much is. We see companies in Taiwan trying to find manufacturing capacity in Mexico, which I think is actually going to be an accelerating trend. At the end of the day, there's a lot of expertise in China. There's a lot of manufacturing investment that can leave China and move into Mexico and really reignite the manufacturing sector in Mexico.